Gentlemen, thank you all for taking the time to join us. Today, mashallah, we have around 64 financial institutions joining us today. I'd also like to thank Dr. Wahid Qasim and the team at BAB for arranging this forum in a timely manner for us. Much appreciated. So the session today is really to discuss the CBB's Digital Lab, FinHub973, which was recently launched back in October of 2020. We wanted to take this as an opportunity to walk you all through the progress that has been made so far on this platform, and to showcase as well the new features that we are in the process of developing for 2021. So FinHub973 was an initiative that was launched by the Central Bank of Bahrain to really embody our vision as the central bank to develop the financial services sector in the Kingdom of Bahrain by promoting more innovation, by facilitating collaboration between our financial institutions and between fintech entities from around the world, and to really transform the financial services sector by accelerating the digitization within the sector. You know, Bahrain has always maintained a leading position as a leading financial hub, and we really aspire as the regulator to maintain that position. And in order for us to do so, it's important that our financial players, our financial institution players as well, share our visions and embark on this journey together with us to transform the sector by starting to look at financial technology and digitization, which is truly the way forward. We've launched FinHub973 in partnership with Fintech Galaxy, which is a crowdsourcing entity based out of the UAE. Fintech Galaxy is the Central Bank of Bahrain's technical partner for this platform. We've also partnered up with a number of entities and local banks in the kingdom to be our strategic partners. So far, we've got the Bahrain Economic Development Board, we've got the Benefit Company, Bank ABC, Bahrain Islamic Bank, ILA Bank, and the National Bank of Bahrain, all as our strategic partners. And we really hope and aspire to see most of you and most of our financial institutions today as well be part of this platform. You know, it is really our vision and our intention to build this platform together with you. So this platform is really brought to us, brought to you, and developed to help our financial institutions on their digitization journeys as well. Before handing over the virtual mic to Nirna, the CEO and founder of Fintech Galaxy, I'd like to leave the floor to His Excellency the Governor to say a few words. And after that, Nirna is going to walk us through briefly on the features of FinHub973. And the team at Fintech Galaxy will also showcase the new features that we will launch in 2021. Over to Your Excellency, if you'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Yasmin. Good morning, everyone. I thank you for being with us today on this occasion to explain what the central bank is doing on this fintech space. As you will know that 3-4 years ago, we started our regulatory sandbox. And since then, there has been a lot of development on this direction. And lately, we thought to open up to a wider community of international and regional fintech players. We started collaborating with Fintech Galaxy to introduce the FinHub973, which will hopefully give us a bigger window to this world of fintech, and at the same time connect the local players in Bahrain with this bigger community. This digital platform will hopefully provide us with technical solution, will connect the central bank with a bigger community, will hopefully help a new startup to join this initiatives. And we are hoping also that the local institutions in Bahrain banks, financial institutions, insurance companies will also be in a position to take advantage and use this platform for their digital transformation. As you know, a digital transformation is number one objective of the central bank in the next phase of our development. And we are hoping and counting on every one of you to be an active player on this. We have been able to roll out many solutions, but we're still lagging in terms of having a universal coverage for all sorts of activities that we are hoping it will be plugged into this new world. I know this is a very challenging and going to be a burden on you and on us to deliver something that will be useful to the growth and sustainability of financial services in Bahrain. But let me assure you, the central bank will not hesitate and will take all the necessary steps to make your venture into this process, into this mission, as smoothly as possible as we can, because we think the next stage of the financial services in Bahrain should be engaged in this direction. And I would like to thank all the partners that started this journey with us, EDB, who has been very instrumental and helpful in fulfilling the vision of digital transformation in Bahrain, and the banks that are believed in our mission, in our vision, and joined us in this journey. And I hope to see more of you, also actively involved in this process, because I'm sure this will be very beneficial to the Bahrain community at large. And I thank also Ms. Mirna Suleiman and her team, who have been very active and engaging despite the challenging deadlines that we have put for them. Last but not least, my colleague Yasmin and her team, who has been doing a great job. You always hear me asking Yasmin to lead these initiatives, because she has been an instrumental in the change that we have introduced, and her team over the last 4 years. So thank you again for being with us, and I hope we can be at your service so that we achieve and fulfill our vision on this very challenging times. Yasmin, thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And I just want to say thank you for having this vision. We're very lucky to have a leader with this progressive and forward-looking vision, which will hopefully motivate us to transform Bahrain's financial services sector and maintain Bahrain's position as a leading financial services sector. Without further ado, I'd like to hand over the virtual mic to Mirna Suleiman now. She's going to be walking us quickly through the platform. And then her team is going to also showcase the roadmap which we've put in place for 2021, the new features that will be introduced on the platform as well. Mirna, over to you.
Thank you, Yasmin, and thank you, Your Excellency, for your trust and believing in us in partnering with the central bank to bring this vision to reality. FinHub973 is not any platform. It's actually one of its kind in the region. And what it does, it solves a very major problem which is basically connecting the ecosystem, all the 4 parts of the ecosystem, primarily the institutions, the fintechs, who are basically the innovators, the regulators, and the investors, all on one platform. And here I'm gonna just walk you through the main features of the platform. So primarily this platform allows the financial institutions to actually crowdsource the right solutions for their pain points. All of the institutions are going through different phases of their transformation, and each one faces different pain points, different customer pain points, operational, internal, external. So the platform allows the institutions to actually scout solutions from the global marketplace and really pick the ones that suit their own businesses. The platform also gives access to a global marketplace of fintechs, thousands of them. We have around 1,500 so far. They're getting qualified, they're getting scored, and we get them ready to actually collaborate with institutions and understand the dynamics of the financial services sector in Bahrain and the region. The third feature of the platform is the open API Sandbox, which allows banks and fintechs to test the solution on the platform before it goes into commercialization. And that this API Sandbox has more than 300 APIs. It also has synthetic data from Bahrain and from the institutions in Bahrain. So instead of each bank coming up with its own sandbox, you can just plug and play. You can upload your data on the platform, and this sandbox is free for any innovator, any developer, any fintech all around the world. And the fourth feature, which is, in my view, it's the most, basically the most important one, is the integration of the regulatory sandbox into the platform. So fintechs who are going through the cycle of innovating and developing their prototypes can also apply for the regulatory sandbox. They can interact with the regulators, and they can also get the go-ahead from the CBB in case that is needed in their cycle. Now, as I mentioned, the 3 main players on the platform are the fintechs, the regulators, and the financial institutions. What's in it for you? You might say, what's in it for you? For the fintechs, it allows them to have access to financial institutions without really burning their cash and really resources in trying to figure out who to talk to and how to talk to those institutions. They can just get on the platform and make themselves visible. They can participate in hackathons and challenges, and they can reach a point where they can do a POC on the platform itself. We help them accelerate, so it's a virtual accelerator of sorts. For financial institutions, we all know your pains. We've been living with financial institutions day and night, and we know that after the financial institution sets a strategy and you want to find, a credit scoring system, or you want to do eKYC, or you want to go through micro lending. Okay, how are you going to do that? We help you find the right partners, right fintechs, right innovators, so you can test your solution and then integrate and go commercial. And for regulators as well, that allows the regulators to go into proper oversight on the market. And really, whenever there's a bottleneck in the market that requires regulatory support and approval, you're there to look at it and really bring it to the market. So that's the value of the platform. Now I'm going to invite my colleague Abe Karar, who's the Chief Digital Officer at Fintech Galaxy, to update you on what has happened on FinHub973 since launch in October 2020.
Thank you very much, Mirna, and thank you, the CBB team, and thank you for the governor and to all the participants for joining. So the journey, that we embarked on did indeed come with very tight deadlines as per His Excellency the Governor, but I'm very happy to say that we collaborated, and as a result, we were able to launch a sequence of features that were planned very carefully across a timeline. So starting off with the official launch, that was October of last year on the 20th, and this is what we refer to as FinHub973 1.0. Now there we launched the onboarding journey for fintechs where they can go in, upload their documents and fill out their profiles. We also introduced the cloud-based API Sandbox with over 300 and 80 APIs, also including synthesized data that's been localized to the market. And we introduced the Open Innovation Platform, which simply is a fully digital platform from creating your, let's call them problem statements or hackathons or innovation challenges, all the way through to onboarding the teams or the fintechs that are participating, the judging process, and all the way through to the awarding of the winnings and so forth. All of this was part of version 1.0. And as of the end of 2020, we were able to introduce the alpha version of the FinTech Marketplace, and I will cover that also on the next slide. And we introduced the first POC, and this was done through a digital innovation challenge. And this was actually a very interesting one, to say the least. It really focused on how to introduce credit scoring, automated credit scoring using big data and AI. And I also want to mention that the regulatory sandbox is now integrated within FinHub973. So some of the features that we've built there is a digital onboarding experience that is at the moment 50% automated, and the ability for the regulator, for the CBB, to see all of the applications through one interface and to manage the correspondence with the fintechs through the FinHub973. Now, what's coming in the pipeline? By the end of this month, we will have version 3.0 coming out. And in here, we are enhancing the regulatory sandbox by introducing a proper case management capability for the CBB to be able to move the fintechs that are applying through the journey. And we're introducing enhanced reporting and dashboarding through automated capabilities. The marketplace will also go through an incremental evolution to version 2.0. And in here, we're introducing the due diligence vault. And what that is, in a nutshell, is the ability for the fintechs to provide some information, such as their structure, their investments, etc. And this will help us, as FinHub973, to vet the fintechs at a more higher level, but also introduce additional benefits to the fintechs and supporting them to go through the different stages of evolution. We're also going to be running a full security evaluation on the platform, not just penetration testing, but also on cybersecurity, also on the API sandbox and any of the data, the synthesized data that we might be getting from the partner banks that's going to be ingested, how that's being secured, as well as any of the information on the open innovation platform side. Now, between now and the end of the year, there's going to be a few incremental benefits that will be launched as well, and that will bring us to FinHub 4.0. Now, speaking of the regulatory sandbox, this is just a quick glimpse of the onboarding journey and what it looks like. You'll see that the journey is mapped on the left-hand side, the introduction, the contact information, application data, etc. And it's a very guided process. It really comes with a very different modern feel rather than the original paper-based approach. And as I mentioned, one of the features that is going to be introduced by the end of the year is also the payment process. So at the moment, the payment is happening. That's the only thing that's still happening using the existing process, but then payment will also be integrated in the flow, and we will automate the authorization letter and stamp, and we will also integrate with some of the fintechs that will offer KYC for the fintechs that are being onboarded as well. Now, taking a quick look at the marketplace, we're very proud to say that the majority of the fintechs that are currently on the marketplace are from Arab countries, over 62% out of the 100 plus fintechs. We have about 15% coming from North America, Europe, and then we have around 18% coming from the Asian markets. And as you see below, they come across the entire spectrum from payments and remittances to digital banking, big data, all the way through to supply chain and trade finance. And the nice thing to say here is it's very important that we engage with all of the participants, here, because it's, as Yasmin said, this platform was built by you, for you, starting with the strategic partners. And when we have more banks telling us what they're looking for, this is our bread and butter as FinTech Galaxy. We'll go out and we will source more fintechs, even that require that offer specialized use cases. And those will become part of the platform, integrated through this, one API across all of the different the markets that they're coming from. So that's a quick update on the marketplace. I'll give you one last update on the Sandbox. It's fascinating to see from the launch in October to where we are today. When you log in, you'll see that there are over 150 apps that are being tested in the Sandbox. There were over close to 600,000 API calls just in Q4 alone of 2020. And when you look at like the most, the top APIs around, account information aggregation, bank data, private accounts. And the nice thing is, as we are continuing to evolve, we are customizing the APIs to align them to the Bahrain Open Banking Framework. And as we're also ingesting new partner data, right now we're working very closely with BISP and Bank ABC to bring some of their data into the Sandbox environment. And that what that allows the fintechs to do is test with data that's as close as possible to the production data, which means that the solutions that they develop are almost production ready. So with that said, I'd like to thank everybody for your time, and I'd like to pass it back to Mirna to take it further. Thank you.
Thank you, Abe. I'm going to invite my colleague Ayman to actually walk us through the new features being introduced into the platform.
Thank you, everyone, for your time today. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks a lot for your time. We really appreciate it. And I think as Abe and Mirna and Yasmin and everyone mentioned today, that we're building this platform with you and for you. And this is a very important, I think, a very important thing to mention, because on a bi-weekly basis, we have working groups, discussions with the partners, with the strategic partners, to identify areas that can be improved, areas that we can introduce, and new features to launch. And this is what I'm going to share with you now is something that came up from those discussions. And we encourage all the partners who will join later on that this is not a static platform. This is very much an organic, alive platform that will keep evolving and keep introducing services to help you adopt open banking, help you adopt innovation much faster. So with that, we've added a sixth service to what has been shared today with from my colleagues, and we called it Compliance as a Service. We called it FinHub973 Comply. And because we found out that one of the major challenges to speed up adoption of open banking and opening it up in the kingdom is one is the technical assessment and capability, and two, and compliance with the open banking framework as defined today. So we created a service which we offer as a consultancy plus software that enables you to really deliver the CBB compliance framework, in addition to providing you with a white label developer portal that is modern, that provides developer-friendly APIs that you can integrate within your systems, and that can get you up to the compliance level required with the Bahrain Open Banking Framework as quickly as possible. So we've dedicated a part of our team, of our technology team, to really assist you on that journey, help you comply with the compliance checklist, every single part of it, and make sure you have the right software and the right technology deployed as quickly as possible to really get you up to speed. So this is a new service that we're launching this year, and it will be available to everyone who's a partner. With that, I will also leave the mic to the next new opportunity, which is the Bahrain Supernova, to my colleague, Melissa.
Yes, can you hear me, guys? Okay. Sorry, Ayman, can you hear me?
Yes,
yes. Okay. So, in a nutshell, the Bahrain Supernova Challenge is will be launched soon with two of our innovation of our strategic partners. It will be covering several themes that we decided on with the CBB, which will be RegTech, financial health literacy, payroll fintech, insurtech, and using AI-powered voice tech for finance and payments, open banking, and AI for financial advice. So far, we have already 3 themes taken by our 3 strategic partners. By end of this week, hopefully next week, early next week, we will start launching those innovation challenge, and hopefully, of course, integrate within the FinHub973. Sorry, back at you, Ayman.
Thank you, Melissa. And I think to wrap up the presentation part, I would like to show you a little bit, instead of slides, let's show you the platform itself, and so that you get an idea of how things are evolving. So I'm going to share my screen, and I hope you can see it. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, perfect. So I really encourage everyone who's on the call today that as a first step to really go visit the FinHub973.com. It really encapsulates everything we've discussed today, and it shows you how the platform is evolving. So there's really 4 key areas of the platform today that you can have a look at. The first is the innovation part, the open innovation programs and the open innovation, the hackathons that we're with the strategic partners and their results. So you can go, for example, to our partner innovation programs on the link here. You can see the benefits of having such an innovation program and speeding up digitalization. If I go, for example, to challenges, we can see the latest BISB innovation challenge that was done, closed recently in end of January. So if I click on it, I can see the details. So there was more than 14 innovators who are part of this challenge. There was a winner called Verifax, which it was focused on one key theme for Bank BISB, which is big data and AI in consumer banking and speeding up credit scoring. So there was a panel of judges. The challenge started in November 16, ended in January. You can see the rules that are specified for the specific challenge, the judges that were part of making the decisions on that, and externally as well. So FinHub973 provides you as a partner with those capabilities to run those challenges, on the platform directly. The second part is just gonna screen here. So is the Sandbox. So if I open the Sandbox today, so I click on FinX22, the technology behind it's called FinX22. I can publish and consume APIs. I can go, I can click on that, and there you go. So I have the open API Sandbox, which is available to everyone today. It allows you to create an account, connect your current applications as a fintech or as a bank, and test it directly with customer data. And you can get in. So this is a fully self-serve platform. That means it doesn't require any manual intervention from you. It's fully documented. It has more than 300 APIs. For example, in the Open Innovation Challenge that we did with Bank BISB, we're now ingesting some transactions data and some accounts data that will be used by the fintech to really speed up credit scoring. And those are already available, well documented on the platform. It has SDKs for the technical savvy in the audience. It will have SDKs ready for iOS, Android, or any kind of platform you would like to deploy on. Any issues or challenges, we have a community that can support. Please do reach out. And this is really, we're seeing it how having such an open, modern platform speeding up the integration, because you don't want these innovations and these activities and experiments to really interfere with the core banking or the core financial work that you're doing. So this can run in parallel and speed up a lot of those a lot of that. The last part I would like to show you is really the marketplace, which we'll be launching very soon publicly, and today is available in beta for the partners, and it includes more than 300 plus fintechs from the region and globally. You can filter it by any type of, by the activity, by country of origin, by the company size, and we're adding a lot of additional filters to help you really identify the right partner for your use case, for your challenge that you'd like to go through. You can get a lot of information when you go into each fintech, and this is a marketplace that's going to keep evolving every day, every week, with more and more people joining over the year and in the future. And with that, I encourage you to go, please visit and get in touch with us for any requests, any clarifications needed. We are here for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ayman. With that, we come to the end of the presentation. So basically, in terms of next steps, as His Excellency the Governor mentioned, I just want to reiterate that it's our aspirations of the Central Bank of Bahrain to see more of our financial institutions join this platform and to help us in transforming Bahrain's financial services sector. We can arrange one-on-one meetings with each and every financial entity. We can walk you through, get to learn more about your specific pain points. We can help you in assessing the technical maturity of your current internal systems as well, and provide you with recommendations on how the platform can assist you with your digital transformation strategies and journeys as well. So please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to arrange to have meetings with each and every one of you to walk you through, to learn more about your requirements and needs. And we really want you to have a voice in building this platform going forward. As Ayman mentioned, FinHub973 is not a static platform. It will keep on progressing. And we really want to reflect the needs and the pain points of our existing financial institutions onto this platform, to enable this platform to help you overcome those pain points as well. So with that, we come to the end of the presentation, and I'd like to just open it up for any questions that anyone has.
Hi, sorry, this is Mazin Manaf from Al Baraka. Your Excellency, thank you very much for the invitation, and I think this is an amazing, a great initiative, and one we hopefully look forward to support. I have one question. In terms of the regulatory sandbox and the licensing, etc. Once you graduate from that, I think there was some mention about support and maybe rolling it out outside Bahrain as well with other regulatory authorities. Could somebody comment on how that would work? Because I think in a structure like ours, we typically, whatever we adopt here, we'd like to also roll out maybe potentially to other places. So how is that regulatory interaction, and how does that work? I think that'd be helpful. So thank you.
That's an excellent question.
Let me take this question.
Sure.
شكرا. Thank you, أخ مناع. يعني أول شيء, I would like to welcome you back to Bahrain.
Thank
and
you.
I wish you all success. يعني it's Mazen has been always a very constructive CEO in our community, and having him back is something that makes me also happy, and we look forward for your contributions.
Allah khallik, inshallah.
Inshallah. Passporting of regulatory sandbox on the GCC at least is something that we are working on. There is a committee, fintech committee set up by the GCC governors committee to look into all issues related to the fintech aspects of our work. And I think one of the issue that the committee or this unit is looking at this stage is passporting and trying to harmonize the working environments for all the regulatory sandbox in the GCC. So we are hopeful, if there is any success stories anywhere, this could facilitate and help the solution being accepted across the GCC. But I can see, if any successful solutions available, it doesn't need official recognition as such, because the idea of this platform is giving you as a financial institution an opportunity to engage with fintechs, startups that can offer solutions that can satisfy your requirements. And hopefully, if it is successful, this can be passported to other countries if there is any need or similar needs to this kind of arrangements.
Exactly, and just to add to what His Excellency has mentioned, we've also been in discussions with some regional regulators as well, who are very interested in developing a similar platform to FinHub973, and they've actually reached out to us to discuss opportunities for cross-border collaboration through this platform as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Your Excellency, if you allow me, I'd like to invite our strategic partners, if they'd like to just say a few words before we end the meeting as well. Maybe I'll start off by inviting perhaps the EDB, and then we can start inviting our other strategic partners just to say a few words on their experience so far.
Khalid from the EDB. To us, this is an important initiative. It's very good that we got together today, and it's clear there is considerable amount of progress. Yes, we have regional players, we have international players joining this, and what has been said is there has to be an international angle, there has to be a regional angle. It will only succeed with cooperation. There's multiple things that we're trying to do to make sure that there is cooperation between the different countries. But it seems like we're on solid footing. This is a very important initiative. Thank you for all the efforts of everybody here to make it where we are. This was launched a few months ago, and clearly there is quite a bit of traction and we're heading in the right direction. Yes, we need to accelerate, and this is a very, very important initiative for all of us. We know that the industry is changing. This is an important industry for us in Bahrain, and we need to be there to make sure that we support all the different types of changes that are likely to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'd like to perhaps invite Mr. Hassan Jarrar to say a few words on their experience as well.
Thanks for putting me on the spot, Yasmin. Your Excellency, thank you, and thanks to all the partners. I'm just going to sound like a broken record. That this digitization and tech leadership for every institution begins from within, and it's got to be owned at the CEO level. The culture has to change to accept it, and every institution will do itself good by evolving with technologies and by automating and digitization. BISB, we've come a long way. I was just presented this morning by my tech guys and the businesses, and with a really, really exciting another service that we're doing, and I'll tell you what it is. We are completely automating the credit approval on the corporate side process, everything from A to Z, and that includes credit admin, includes credit scoring, it includes the benefit, it includes we even have the board brought into it for their approval as well. So I mean, the CBB is fantastic launching this, but I think the banks have to all realize how critical it is for our survival to make tech not just a support, but an enabler, and make, have the tech guys a seat at the table and make them lead the business people as well. That's all. And thank you again, Yasmin. Excellency, thank you. Khalid from EDB, thanks all for your support.
Thank you, Hassan. Maybe we have Nizar from Benefits.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. Thank you very much for His Excellency, the Governor, and the rest of the members here. As he rightly mentioned, I mean, we are very proud being part of this platform, putting Bahrain in the map of being a model in the region for the fintech. So far, as part of our participation in this platform, we have achieved so many good initiatives that came from the platform itself. We ran several hackathons yet, and we are happy to be part of the next initiatives that will be part of the program as well. Nothing more, and I cannot add more beside what has been said by the colleagues here. However, again, we want to assure our fully support for this program and for CBB, and thanks for CBB for considering us being part of this. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, Nizar. And last but not least, if we have Dr. Yusuf from Bank ABC.
Thank you, Yasmin. Yusuf Almas, Group Chief Innovation Officer at Bank ABC. We are very proud to be a member of the FinHub973 platform. And given that we are present in several markets and we have experience with similar initiatives that had similar ambitions in other regions, we can feel from the beginning of the engagement with the CBB team and the FinTech Galaxy team that this platform is different. And the team is very much committed to deliver the vision that was presented to us in the beginning. And there is a very strong support from both CBB and FinHub team. In terms of Bank ABC, although we have joined just in a few months, we were able to successfully launch a group-wide innovation challenge in 16 countries by utilizing the FinHub platform. And we are working now also with the FinHub team on exposing a specific set of APIs to bring AI-related fintechs to test those APIs, and then we can benchmark them in an equal way to find out the best one that we can use in our business processes. And we are also working with the FinHub team in improving the proposition and the services that can be given to other banks. And as more banks join, we believe that the value to Bahrain economy and Bahrain being an API-friendly economy will be increasing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. With that, we come to the end of our session today. Your Excellency, the Governor, I'm not sure if you want to say a few words, or I think you've.
I just want to thank everyone who joined us today in this meeting, and I think, as I said it earlier, this is a very critical initiatives for us on our journey towards digital transformation, and we in the central bank also going to use it for our some of our technical requirements. We will soon launch a hackathon that will hopefully bring some solution to some challenges that we are facing currently in one of our systems. This just reflects our commitments and our strong belief on how useful this platform is going to be for our work going forward. And thank you all. Thanks for Mirna and her team, and to everyone who has joined us today, and to the technical partners and supporters from financial institutions. And we look forward that more and more from our financial institutions, not necessarily the banks, but the insurance companies. We are very excited about the new or the innovation that could take place on the insurance side. Lately, the central bank, in collaboration with EDB and Bahrain Insurance Society or Association, we ran a workshop to explore the new products and services that can be offered on the insurance space. So we are here for you. We would love to see more ideas coming from your side, and rest assured that CBB will be very receptive to all these suggestions. Thank you very much again, and stay safe.
Thank you.